is pretty active in the space. So, if you want to speak and whatnot, the mic is more than open. You know how we do it over here. So, we definitely intend on having us a nice discussion about VP Kamala Harris and all of the craziness and stuff going on with the border that's supposed to be so secure. So I really want to read this article to y'all real quick just to go ahead and get the conversation started. So let me go ahead and find this thing real quick, and then we'll start it up.
Bus full of migrants sent to Kamala Harris's house. I'm glad they need to send this dog on Kamala Harris's house, Chicago, all other places, man. I mean, shoot, they the ones that, they the ones that getting the vote, so they should be the ones getting the people. I'm just saying, let's just use some sense about this. Like I said last night on the space, man, we gotta start doing stuff that's logical. If they the ones calling for them, we definitely need to send their behinds over there.
Yeah, you're definitely right, Ray. And we finna go ahead and we finna read this article real quick right here. I'm gonna put it up in the jumbotron in a second. Um, it's titled "Texas sends two buses of migrants to Vice President residence in Washington." So let me go ahead and read this real quick. It says this was curated. This was published by CNN and curated on the Newstoter platform. I will put that up in the actual jumbotron, but I guess I read it so you guys are like, ain't no point of putting it up there. But nonetheless, Texas governor says his state intentionally sent two buses of migrants to Vice President Kamala Harris residence in the nation's capital, resulting in a Thursday morning arrival that surprised volunteers who said they weren't prepared to receive them at the site. The drop off temporarily left dozens of migrants, some of them carrying belongings in trash bags, standing on sidewalks and grass Thursday morning outside the gated U.S. Naval Observatory in Washington, while volunteers scrambled to make arrangements for them. Texas Governor Greg Abbott, one of the latest of three Republican governors who have taken credit for busing or flying migrants north this year to protest Biden administration's immigration policy, said Thursday his state sent the buses to Harris residents. VP Harris claims our border is secure and denies the crisis, Abbott tweeted. We're sending migrants to her backyard to call on the Biden administration to do its job and secure the border. Since Abbott started sending buses of migrants to Washington in April, those buses usually have stopped around the Union Station, and volunteers were prepared to receive two buses Thursday at the station, they said. But Thursday buses stopped instead at the Naval Observatory some 4 miles away. SAMU First Response, one of the groups helping migrants in Washington, was not provided a heads up, according to the group's managing director, Tatiana Laborde. By the time our team got to the migrants, they were very lost, told CNN Thursday morning. The migrants didn't understand where they were standing. This is a very residential area. Thursday's passengers included families and young men. Around 70 to 80% of the migrants are from Venezuela, according to the volunteers. The migrants numbered more than 100, and their nations of origin also included Colombia, Cuba, Nicaragua, and Panama, Abbott's office said. The migrants eventually moved to a local church as they figured out where to go to next. Some are trying to go to other places in the U.S., such as New York and Chicago, volunteers said. Volunteers late Thursday morning were coordinating with other agencies to have them received elsewhere, and we're expecting about half of those in the bus today are going to be on their way later this afternoon, Laborde said. Migrants are welcome in Washington, but the lack of collaboration from Texas makes logistics difficult. Yes, we're receiving them, but what happened this morning and them being left in the middle of the sidewalk without coordination is what makes this extremely challenging. The leader of a civil rights organization working with Hispanic Americans also blasted Abbott for the busing on Thursday. They were just literally dumped like human garbage in front of the vice president's house. That's unchristian, un-Texan, un-American, and something that should not be allowed, Domingo Garcia, national president of the League of United Latin American Citizens, told reporters Thursday afternoon outside of Harris' residence. Garcia said the voluntary-based organization will be going to Eagle Pass and Del Rio to stop the buses before they leave. By putting people in front of vehicles and advising these immigrants their legal rights so they're not used as political pawns, the campaign will likely start in the next week, he said. It was immediately clear. It wasn't immediately clear whether Harris was at the residence when migrants were dropped off. She had a morning event scheduled at the White House, roughly 2.5-mile drive away. Hmm. Very interesting, y'all. Very, very interesting. Here's my thing: like, what legal rights are they talking about? Because if you're a legal alien, you don't have any legal rights in the country. And so they were talking about that they don't want to be used as political pawns. But here's the thing: you're not even here legally, so you have no legal rights. And the fact of the matter that they're talking about they're being used as political pawns, well, you're right. They are being used as political pawns by both sides. But at least one side I can understand, like, hey, if you in Texas, you are getting flooded by immigrants. So since Biden and since Harris and since their administration says that there's nothing wrong with them coming here, then hey, by all means, bring them right to the vice president's house. Hopefully she made them a nice meal. She gave them free room and board, fresh sheets, fresh soap, and everything else. Hope the washcloths and everything else was nice and whatnot. Hell, give them some souvenirs like you do when you go to the hotel so they can take it back home with them. Now you got them telling that the migrants are sitting up here basically giving you a choice of where they want to go to. They want to go to Chicago, they want to go to New York, or they want to go here. So I'm gonna let it go around the room. Ray, let's go ahead and let Enough, since she the co-host, let's let Enough go ahead and start off, and then we'll get to you as well, Queen B.
I just wanted to say I'm very proud of Florida. I'm very proud of Texas. And if they're going to use tax dollars for anything, it should be to send them to Washington because these are the people that are not securing our borders. So they shouldn't be allowed to go into any city but Washington, D.C., right to their home, respectfully. That's all I wanted to say. I'm very proud. I'm very happy. Today's a great day. Oh, that was
Agree,
it.
agree. I definitely agree with you, Nuff. And here's the thing that this is what you know what I'm saying. This is what they want. They said that they don't mind that the people can come here and this and that. So they're feeling the same effects that every other state feels that when you start getting hit with people, because let's be for real, it's not like the people write us a letter and a note say, you know what, I'll be coming to Florida in 2 months, go ahead and prepare for me. No, people just show up and come. So this is the realization that when you have people that migrate, people don't write you a note ahead of time letting you know that they're getting ready to come and visit you or whatever. This is like a family member saying, well, hey, I'll be in town next week, do you guys have room for me to come by? No, they just show up and they come by. So this is what the Biden administration want. They want them to come in here so they can go ahead and start registering them as Democrat voters. So now, when your people get eaten out of house and home and don't have any resources, you can feel like everybody else in the rest of the country. You can feel that pinch, that financial pinch hitting you. So I really don't have any issues with it, and to me, it's a brilliant strategy by the Republicans, whether you like them or not. And trust me, I'm in Florida. I can't stand Ron DeSantis. I think Ron DeSantis is a POS to the fullest. But it's a brilliant move by him because once he becomes governor here again in a couple months, I'm sure he's going to go ahead and make his political aspirations clear that he's going to run for president. And the only person in my eyes that can defeat DeSantis at this point for presidency may be Donald Trump. I don't see Joe Biden having enough. Mr. Magoo doesn't have enough in the tank to be able to hold DeSantis also. This is going to be very interesting. Great political moves. Chess moves being played right now. You got on one side, you got the Republicans saying we're going to battle with the immigration thing. On the other side, you got the Democrats saying we're going to battle with the abortion thing. So these are going to be the two main key issues in the political spirit coming up: the immigration and the abortion. Roe versus Wade versus securing the border. So this is going to be very interesting to see indeed. Queen B, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hi, Newstoter. Good evening. Yeah, just to piggyback on what you just said, Ron DeSantis, not the best person, but hey, I love that he's doing what he's doing. That was a really good move, sending in folks to Martha's Vineyard. And it's really funny to me that these people are saying, these people in Martha's Vineyard, they're talking about they're feeling the pinch and all this stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, you wealthy people, it just goes to show you that they're hypocrites. They are supposedly a sanctuary city, just like DC is, but then they can't handle it, when they start to get these people coming into their communities. But, I thought it was a good PR move as well, especially for the vice president to call her out and to expose her lies that she told on Sunday. Um, And then I know one of the migrants that illegal immigrants that they interviewed this morning, he said they had come from Venezuela, and he came because the border's open and they feel like they're welcome. The vice president said that they could come and they wanted to be there. And he said that he was en route to New York, you know, to see his aunt or whatever was going on with him. But I mean, I'm glad. I'm glad they did what they did. I'm glad they're exposing them. And I would just encourage the Republicans to do as much as they can to expose this and let these wealthy white folks get mad, because it just, to me, goes to show you how much of a hypocrite they are. I've seen all kinds of ridiculous things about Jesus wouldn't do that. They bring Christianity into it and all of that. It's like, yeah, well, this is a wealthy town. So go ahead, do what you can for these people in Martha's Vineyard with all your wealth. So anyway, I'll land from there. Thank you.
Absolutely no problem, no problem. Ray, go ahead, and enough. We're gonna come back to you again once again. So Ray, I know you got something to say about this, and I think this is a brilliant strategy on their part. You need to have actually all of the Republican governors go ahead and unite and do the same thing. So excellent strategy right here. You got it, Ray.
The ladies have actually taken my talking points. It is absolutely excellent. I really, really enjoy what's going on, man. Like you said, this is going to be this is actually very entertaining to watch, man. Like you said, it's going to be Roe versus Wade versus the securing the border. And I really believe that the Republicans are going to take it, because people are still pissed off about, what happened to these whole vaccinations, and making us, a lot of people losing their jobs and things, and being forced to choose between, getting their shot versus being able to put food on the table. Obviously, the gas issue was out of control at one point. We had food was out of control at one point. It was getting so high, a gallon of milk was like $3-4. And I got, my babies love. I got 3 kids. My babies love having, a bowl or two a day. So everybody was stuffing. And I don't think people are gonna remember that when it's time to vote. Other than that, I don't really have too much to say. I'm gonna sit back and kick it. But yeah, like the sister said, man, this really exposes how much of a hypocrite these people are. Because y'all want these damn people. So Senator Kamala, she got a house, probably got 10 damn rooms in it. That's some more left in your house. But nah, she ain't gonna do that. So I'm gonna land right there.
Definitely. Let's go ahead and get back to enough, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get to black pressure.
I just wanted to say that we need to start sending them to all these Democrats, these liberal homes, to all the rich people homes. Yeah, we need to just go ahead and give them. We need to start swooping all of them that's here up and sending them to these people, because the people that's talking about they want them here is where we need to start putting their ass, and then they gonna see all states should be on this type of time, because we can't afford to keep putting these people up, because the more we keep putting them up, the more people are losing their homes, losing everything, respectfully. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. So I'm not a Republican, but I'm all on board for sending them to the liberals. Send them everywhere except down south, respectfully. Thank you.
You're very welcome, sister. Let's go ahead and we're gonna get the black pressure. We're gonna get the OG. I'm gonna also put the one in with the Santa sending them up there to Martha's Vineyard. Also, I'm gonna put that in the jumbotron as well too. I had just tweeted that out maybe about 30-40 minutes ago and stuff before the actual space started. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that out. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Y'all make sure y'all go to Newstoter.com, the #1 curator of Black News Today, and check out all the articles and stuff. Y'all know the kind of content we put out, family. Let's go to Black Pressure. Black Pressure, I know you got a lot to say.
Hey, what's up to the Black family, man? You know how I do it. Respect to the host and the co-host. What's up, News? What's up, Ray? Now, News,
What up?
you know what's up with you, fam. News, you know where I am. You know I'm in Houston, and you know I am loving it. Now, let me say this. Let me start off by saying this. Greg Abbott is a Klansman on wheels. I'm not saying I support to do what I like to do. He is a fire-breathing racist. But I'm in a state where, like I said before, you heard me say this, these people literally can walk here. They don't have to get on any type of mode of transportation. They can walk across the border. I think what Greg Abbott needs to do is get those old retired V-52 bombers from like the first Gulf War in Vietnam and put them on there and fly them out there 500-600 at a time. But I do want to say this too for the black family to put this in perspective. You know, it's great, quote unquote, eye candy to see this, but let's not remember just because they dropping these people off, you know, at Kamala Harris's house in the White House, that doesn't mean they're leaving the United States or they're going elsewhere. These people are still, like you said, News. These people are still here illegally. It's still going to be an issue. It's good to see it on the news, but when the cameras cut off, they're not going to dissipate in the thin air. We still going to have to deal with them. And I'll say one more thing. All the black family, and you know, News, you know, I'm gonna be the villain. All the black family that had criticisms for us talking about, you know, hey, don't vote for Kamala and Joe Biden. We got to get Trump out of there. And y'all sound like white supremacists and y'all black Klansmen. Where are they now? I really would love for them to flood this room. I really want to ask them. I say, now, is this who you told us to support? Is this who you said when we warned you about these people's behavior and you told us we were black Klansmen? I really want you to bring some of these people up that supported Kamala and Joe Biden, and I really want to hear what they have to say now, and I'll land my plane there.
Now, don't you think for 1 second? Don't you think for 1 second these Negroes still don't stand by they sword right here? They'll tell you that, oh, well, you know, that's not right what he's doing. And how you just gonna take them people? Like, first off, these people just in the damn country illegally. And I tell this to all the black people. I say, tell you what, you take your black self to one of these countries and you go there and enter there illegally and see what happens to you. See if they give you housing and free food and everything else and clothes and this and that. Or see if they don't take your black behind and put you in or under the damn jail. So you can't tell black people that you can't go to an all black nation and enter there illegally and just show up one day like, oh, I'm just gonna come here, you know, I'm gonna just come into your country and just come in here illegally and go to I tell you what, go to any of those African nations. Go to Ghana. Go to Nigeria, and just go there illegally and see what happens to you. Just show up to the Bahamas with no passport or anything like that, and just show up illegally and see if they treat you with kitty gloves on. So some of our people are so delusional, man. I don't even know what they're talking about. They sit up here and they just live in la la land. But you're right. Kamala, like she told us before that, you think I'm just gonna do anything for black people? No. Well, let's see how she does what she does for these immigrants right here. And you made a point. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pass it to you. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to you, OG. You made a great point, Black Pressure, and you really hit it there when you said that just because they're bringing them to these cities, these northern cities with these Democrats, doesn't mean anything because you're right. They're not taking them and saying, you know what, we're gonna take your ass right back across the border where you came from. No, they're not doing that. They let them stay right here in the nation and let people basically fight it out politically. So I got to give you your respect on that one there because you hit it right on the head right there.
Hey, News, real quick too, just real quick for like 20 seconds. I just had to pay the DPS, or in Texas we call it DPS. Y'all might call it DMV or y'all state. I just had to pay these people $700 to get my driver's license back because I had a ticket I forgot about like 3 months ago. You know, Kamala and Joe Biden said those illegals. Oh, we got to give them driver's licenses so we can help them on the road to success. To be American citizens. I'm born and raised here. Like everybody says, my lineage goes back 400 years, and these people look me in my face and saying, "Unless you give us $700, you can't have a driver's license." And I land my plane there.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, but weren't they complaining about how wasn't voter IDs racist?
Wait. Who's speaking, Ray?
Yeah, I was just.
Oh, okay. I like it because I can't see whose mouth is moving anymore on the app, man. That's why I'm like, who's speaking? Like,
yeah, but refresh my memory. Weren't they saying that not too long ago? How about voter ID is racist and that's discriminating against black people and stuff? But now they're trying to use the same thing they were saying to illegals.
That was they just use blackface. They know damn well. I've been voting since I was 18. Actually, because I didn't vote the first time 18. Because I think I wasn't 18 at the time when the actual election. So I think I actually didn't vote till I was like 20. But since I've been voting, nobody ever harassed me about no damn voter ID. That was simply for people who was not even citizens in this country right here. So that was just a load of crap that they were selling at black people. Once again, you can sell the magic beans that Jack got go up the beanstalk to black people. They'll buy anything. So they know damn well that nobody. I can see if we were born in damn Jim Crow and that applied, but stop it. Nobody sitting up here. Everybody up here in here hasn't had no issue voting. I live in the deep, deep South. I've been living here my whole life, and nobody's sitting up here stopping me from voting. So that was just another way of getting illegals. They want illegals to be able to vote. OG, I'm gonna go ahead and get it to you, and then original. And I think somebody else did Jason, you have your hand up or not? I'm not sure, but if you do, just put it back up and we'll get it. But go ahead, OG, you got it.
I'm gonna be very quick. Peace to the brothers, brother Newstoter and brother Ray. Did y'all go to the barbecue?
Which one? You talk about the one on you talk about the one that the gym had, Clyburn?
No, Kamala them had a barbecue with all the illegal immigrants, brother.
What?
Yeah, man, we had a ball. We had a ball out there.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know they had no barbecue now.
Brother, they were barbecuing and everything, and they had videos talking about it. That they, yes, we are illegal. We didn't go about the process of coming here, but they was parlaying in front of Kamala's house. And next time we'll give you an invitation to the barbecue. I'll land.
Welcome to America. That's all I can say. At first when you was talking about the barbecue, and I was thinking about Jim Clyburn and the fish fry he had. I'm like, well, he had a barbecue too. But hey, like I think it was Ray enough said, go ahead and Kamala, I'm sure she's got the space in the house. Go ahead and make up some rooms for your guests right here. Go ahead and let them stay the night. Let them stay the week. Go ahead and let them get them their toothbrush and their pajamas and everything else, because now you got house guests up in the house. So since everybody's family, since everybody has a right to be here, go ahead and get everything prepared for the people and whatnot. We're gonna go ahead and kick it to you, original. Then we're gonna get to Jason. Then we're gonna get back to Black Pressure.
All right, peace and reparations, everybody. You know, I was happy to see that too, because see here in the metro area in Atlanta, there's a county called it's north of Atlanta. It's called Gwinnett County, and you had a number of these illegal aliens moving in there, and they were living like hell, four or more families in one house. And see what people don't understand. See, I'm not mad at these governors that are shipping these people out to these sanctuary cities, because when you get an influx of people in your city like that, like these people were living in Gwinnett County, four or more families to one house, that's taxing on the infrastructure. And so Gwinnett County passed a law saying that, look, you cannot have more than two families living in a single family home. And they had cars parked all over the front yard. They were, running down, neighborhoods, making them look like trash. This, see, they don't live the way we live here. And then they come here and they want to bring their disgusting way of life here and think they can just drop it on everybody here. And it's not fair. But like I say, I'm proud to see them doing this. Yes, some of them are straight up racist, but like I say, if they want these sanctuary cities, then they need to be willing to take what they are approving. They approve these people to come over the border freely, so they should be able to take them, give them whatever they need, because they can't vote you into office. They are a burden on everybody because they can't do anything. They can work. I mean, they'll work illegally, work under the table or whatever. But look, it is what it is. What it is. But I just want to say that I'm with everybody in here. These people should not be here, and they need to send them back. And I'll land my plane on that.
Appreciate you as always, brother. Appreciate you definitely dropping some knowledge for it. I guess Ray, you must have lost your connection, so I'll bring you back up as one of the co-hosts. So we'll get you back up there as a co-host. Original. And just for y'all to know, we put that actually with DeSantis sending the people actually back to Martha's Vineyard. That is actually in the Jumbotron as well too, as well as the link to the YouTube channel and the actual Newstoter newsletter. Y'all go ahead and subscribe to the actual newsletter and also sign up for the actual subscribe to YouTube and sign up for the newsletter. I don't know what I'm thinking about, but definitely we went to that was original. Let's go ahead and get to Jason, and then we're gonna get to you, Roz, as well too.
Hey, peace, love, reparations, and separation. Shout out to you, Newstoter, and your co-host. Can y'all hear me? I just want to confirm with y'all real quick.
Yes, sir. You coming through good, bro.
Okay, good. So real quick, I'm down here in H-Town as well, and so I know all about Rollaway, Abbott. So man, I'm really happy with what's going on because the thing is, sometimes people just not gonna get it until you force them to get it. You want them here, then I'm gonna give you what you want. I'm gonna put them. Not only am I bring them here, but I'm gonna put them right where you are. You know what I mean? And sometimes people are just so out of touch with reality. They think everything is god doggone Disneyland. I'm gonna show you how much of Disneyland this is. I remember this class I was taking when I was back in high school. Y'all remember that class we all took back in the day? I don't think they have it anymore now. Home economics, where what they used to do with the girls, like girls used to think, like growing up at that time, whether it was middle school, high school, a lot of girls, wanted babies. They thought they were cute. You could play with dolls, and you could play with dolls, but you could put it down at any given time when you want to, and go have fun, go hang with your friends or whatever, go play outside. But okay, you think a baby is cute? I tell you what, I'm gonna give you this little electronic baby, and this baby is gonna cry all damn night. You're gonna have to get up and change the diaper, feed the baby. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they're not gonna get it until they're put in that actual situation. And it's a very smart chess move what the Republicans are doing because, they set themselves up for 2024. Because what they doing is all of these Democrats and these Democratic shields, with these talking points of letting them over here and, black and brown and we all in this together. Let any of them complain about immigration. It's gonna backfire because all of these Democrats, they so much in agreement with this, immigration or whatever. And like I say, the first one that complain or say something about, well, they're in my city and all this, they'll be able to go back to so much videos and talking points. Well, back in 2020, back in 2021, you were for immigration, but now you're complaining because they're in your city. And they doing a really smart chess move on setting that up for the 2024. And it's a lot of great talking points that's kind of been, discussed in the room. I just want to, kind of bring those things up. I'm happy this is happening. And sometimes, like I say, you got to force people to see reality in order to get it. And I'll just land my mic right there.
I'm with you. They set it up. They set it up for the not only 2024, but they also trying to go ahead and make some noise for this upcoming midterm as well too. Like they're not just willing to go ahead and concede the actual midterm elections either. So, like I say, this is chess moves being played right now. So they looking for 2022 and 2024. So give them their due on this right here. They're definitely trying to throw their hat in the ring right now. Roz, we're going to go ahead and go to you, and then Black Pressure, we're going to go to Ray. I'll send you a request. I don't know if you got it, the request to come back up as a co-host, so let me know. I don't know if you have any connection issues or anything like that. But Roz, go ahead.
All right, cool. Thank you, Newstoter, for letting me come up. I am in the DMV. The mayor, Bowser, in here, she had basically put out a request a couple weeks ago for the National Guard because DC, even though she's a mayor of the city, DC is really a federal city. So and all of her budget has to be subsidized and approved by the federal government. It's there's a city that's subsidized by all 50 states. So even though she's mayor, she really doesn't have any power other than in the residential areas as mayor. And I would consider it more figurehead, kind of, sort of. But the real power in DC is the federal government. The thing that we have to realize too, with the buses coming into DC today and being dropped off in front of Vice President Kamala Harris's residence, is that many of the people, like they're saying on the news, I just took a peek at the news, which I really don't pay attention to much because it's a lot of propaganda. They're saying, oh, it's a political play. Yeah, you know why? Because this country is being invaded, and we have to look at it as an invasion of different things. People are coming in, and many of us, as far as, I'm not saying on here, but I said our people, the freedmen people, are not fully understanding civics, basic civics that I learned in school. I had a great teachers in elementary school that taught me civics. There is a difference between citizen and somebody here that is a legal resident and somebody here that is an illegal alien or that's in the country. And I'm not politically correct speaking. I'm just speaking dealing with law at this point. But there's a major difference, and I think it starts with everyone on this app. I think the brothers from Vita Power are actually doing another space about the same topic, but they are busing people directly into strategic areas to let people know that this is how it is in these border states. Brother just got on us from Houston. This is how it is over here. We're being overrun. You're ignoring us. And they are accepting of the people. What we have to do as citizens is to exert our displeasure with their choices and of the political choices that these mayors are saying, hey, welcome to our city. You're not a citizen and you got over here legally, but we have the resources, all the resources in the world to teach adults English, to take care of, diapers and food for your babies and for your entire family. We'll put you up in a luxury hotel and we'll get you jobs. That's something you do for your citizens. Now, why isn't that type of activity happening in this country for the citizens? Many of the brothers that are homeless and sleeping under bridges, under 395, right in front of the Capitol, why aren't they, many of them are veterans, why aren't they getting those same kinds of benefits that they're offering to people that basically are getting bused and flown into these sanctuary city areas? Also, like I said, that's the one thing. We need to start being more vocal. We need to start making phone calls to these mayors. We need to start making phone calls to these politicians, these congressmen, and tell them that we do not appreciate their support of people who are not citizens, because we have a finite, a limited amount of money and resources, and it should be coming to American citizens, and they're not doing that. And we need to throw them out of office on their ear for this. The next thing that we need to do is educate other freedmen, other people around us. We need to be talking about it every day and telling them that, okay, these resources that we're talking about are going to non-citizens. How do you feel about that? We need to start bringing them this data. This isn't just a political ploy. This is a ploy to basically steal the resources from us as American citizens and giving it to non-citizens. Citizenship either means something or it means absolutely nothing. I appreciate you listening to me, and I'll dock my yacht.
Definitely. I appreciate you coming up and speaking, sister. And everybody in this space, please go ahead and tweet out the space as well. Tweet out the space. Let's go ahead and get this message out there to as many people as we can, be it freedmen, be it B1, be it FBA, be ADOS or whatever, go ahead and tweet this out so the people can actually see it and actually can go ahead and start having these conversations with their family, with their community, with their friends, with their neighbors and stuff like you said. And sisters, like you said, there's a difference between illegals coming over and people actually applying and actually getting becoming actual legal citizens to the country and stuff like that. So we also have to remember that too. I know a lot of people say that they want to cut back on legal immigration as well too, but there's still a difference between the two of them and whatnot. So we also have to remember that as well too. So everybody that's in the space, please go ahead. Like I said, we have the YouTube channel up here. We have the actual newsletter, the Newstoter. We also have the Cash App, which is $Newstoter, $Newstoter. Then we put out 35, 40 articles right here on Twitter so the family can go ahead and get a chance to actually look, whether it was news, education, business, lifestyle, entertainment, health as well too. Put out a number of articles. So if you guys don't know, make sure that you go ahead and go to the actual my profile page, go to the Newstoter profile page and scroll down and see all the content. And you'll be like, damn. So go ahead and please support us as much as you can. Let's go ahead and get to Black Pressure. We're gonna go ahead and get to you and then go ahead, bro.
Hey, my bad, y'all. What's good, everybody? So, Sister Raj, you know what it is. This DJ, man. You know, we ADOS day one. You know how hard it is to aggregate the data, even when it's accurate to our people. Our folks don't care, man. So it's like, you know, me and Ray, we was having a little slight back and forth yesterday when we was talking about Stacey Abrams. How, you know, your family member blocked you. My sister, you know, gonna say she gonna vote blue no matter who to the day she died. So it's like, how the hell is we even getting through to our people? Yeah, I've been able to put some folks on the data through the years, but man, it seems like the majority, either we're scared as hell or just don't care. So what do you do, Sister Roz, to combat that type of situation? And I hope you heard me.
No problem. Newstoter, you wanted me to respond?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Please.
Okay, no problem. What I do, I talk to people that are not in my family. My family already knows. I mean, you know how it is in our families. People are like, well, that's the smart one. We're not going to listen to you. We're going to do the opposite. Okay, well, hell with you. A lot of times we got to find family when we find them. I'll talk to people at work. I'll ask questions to strangers in the grocery store. I don't care. That's where I'm going to find my people. I ask them a question, hey, what do you know about this? And they might ask something, or they may say something and say, well, what does citizenship mean to you? And if they don't know, and we'll engage in a conversation. I mean, if you could talk to the people that you don't know about the weather or snow coming, why can't you talk to them about some politics and ask them questions that seem like find out where their heads are? I had met somebody yesterday at work, and we were having a very poignant conversation, and they were talking to me about, hey, there's a person that I need to put you in touch with, and they're talking about reparations. And I was more than pleased because I'm like, okay, well, and we didn't even mention reparations. We were talking about immigration, and we were talking about the number of resources that are actually going in under our noses that are going into the illegal immigration and legal immigration. I'm along with Brother Cato. Y'all call him Marcel. I believe in all of this being the immigration being shut off, shut down, until they do get it together. And what I mean by get it together is figure things out, figure out this problem. Don't start just letting people in here, because I don't understand the purpose of it. The purpose of letting people in the country should never be to compete with the citizens of said country, because with citizenship becomes certain, it begets certain privileges and rights that non-citizens, I don't care if they're legal, non-green or green card holding people from other countries. And this is the thing people don't understand. If you say, for instance, the country is like a house, a mansion, let's say a mini mansion, would you just start letting people in without vetting them, knowing who they are? You wouldn't let them in your front gate, let alone in your house, right? You got people that have invaded your house. They found that the back door was unlocked, and they starting to come through the back door. Now they're filling up your basement and everything else. Why would you let them stay there? Why would you want them competing for the resources of that house? You got a certain amount of milk, you got a certain amount of peanut butter and jelly, you got a certain amount of chicken, rice, whatever it is, and then you go in your refrigerator, and every time you open the door, it looks like your refrigerator's, half the food is being eaten. So why would you allow the people, knowing that there are these loopholes, it's a back door that they're using to get into your house, to get into the country? Why wouldn't you shut that down and get your house secure? Check the back door, lock it, make sure you got cameras on it, make sure none of the other windows and things are open on it, and make sure that the people that are coming in, especially legally, are not competing directly against your citizens. They do not do that in any other first world country in the world. I could never go to England. That's been a big topic lately. The UK, and I don't care how much English I can speak, I can't go there and get a job over a United Kingdom national. I can't do it. They will not allow me to go to the UK, to France, to Spain. None of those countries will allow me to go there and get a job over their citizens. Citizenship means something there. Being a French national means something in France. Being a United States citizen should mean something as in this nation. And what is happening is people that are coming into this country are taking precedence and stepping right over the American citizens. We should be raising holy hell with this whole situation. And hopefully I answered your question, brother. And sorry about the passion, but hey, not sorry, because that's how I feel about it. That's what I think on it. I think, if this were in France, we would be in the streets in DC, and people would be very afraid because this is crazy. So I'll land on there. Find your fine family wherever. Some of them actually may not. If you were, looking at Hart Seller and our dialogue last night, many of them may not even look like you. Many of them may not look like us. They would surprise you. So on that, I'll done.
Right on that one, sister, 100%. And that's why I try to tell our folks, hey, you got to go look for your 144. We got allies out there. You just got to teach them the game. That's all it really is, though. But, man, it's a hard-ass game. But go ahead. I yield there, Tyler.
Oh, she was on point, sister. You was on point like an icicle. I like the way you just let it rip. So you did a great job explaining and just summarizing everything. I think a lot of people in this actual space feel. Black Pressure, I'm going to get to you, but let me get to Professor first. He hasn't had a chance to speak. So, Professor, go ahead and unmute your mic.
All right. Peace and power and reparations to this room. Everybody. Much love to all my Black American freedmen. Newstoter, great space always. Ray Smith, man. You know, brother, you always bringing it. And then DJ. So what I want to say, y'all, in reference to what I saw with Stacey A, because I've been watching all these videos about her and how she's been kind of catering to a certain class of people or a certain ethnic group. Say no vote to Jerry Curl. Because anytime you got a leader that's still wearing Jerry curls from way back in the day and still out here trying to cater to these Hispanic people and Latino people with that old style that went out in 1993, 94, we need to say no to her anyway. Okay, she's cooning, and she's cooning with them Jerry curls. So we don't want her. So all my people in Georgia, don't even do it. Please don't do it. No. Just let that be a no vote on the Jerry curls. All right. Now, getting to the Kamala Harris and these folks that were dropped off over there in Martha's Vineyard. I saw the videos and the picture of them catering to these people, talking about they was welcoming these people into the country. I'm very disturbed by this. What this is telling us, Black Americans, is that these folks now are saying that they don't give a damn about us because we are the ones that are demanding respect. We're demanding our reparations. We're demanding power. We're demanding our say-so in every goddamn thing. Excuse my French. And they don't like it. So when I looked at these videos today, and I read the comments of some of these caucasoids that were sitting up talking about, oh yeah, let's welcome the migrants into our country. Let's make sure we can get them health care, and let's make sure we can get them food and take care of them. And I said to myself, man, this is some shit right here. These are the same people that be sitting up here talking all this racist shit about us, but they sitting up here catering to these people. They was out there lined up, giving them food and shit. So, my black American people, well, basically what they telling us is we can kiss their goddamn Caucasian asses. That's what they tell us. But we gonna also tell them, you can kiss our black asses. And whatever else type of ass we have. You can kiss all of it. We still gonna come for the reparations. You're still not gonna stop what we're trying to do here. You can bring all these damn migrants over here, but we're gonna start taking action. That's right. We're going to take action. We're going to start filing lawsuits because the shit that they're doing are illegal. It's illegal. You can't be just handing out shit to these people. This is our goddamn tax dollars, man. You handing out my money to these motherfuckers that's coming over here taking shit? No, it can't happen. Can't go down, baby. And I'm telling you, black Americans, time for us to get up off our asses and get on it. You understand where I'm coming from? All my people up in this space and beyond the space, it's time for us to get up and get out there and start beating up on some goddamn motherfuckers. I'm not talking about in the literal sense now. I'm just saying we got to get out there and start filing lawsuits. We got to start taking action. We just can't sit back anymore because they tried to make sure they would move us off the scene. I land my plane there. Thank you, Newstoter.
No doubt. I love to have you come up here, Professor, and drop some knowledge for the people up in the room. Let's go ahead and get the black pressure, then we're gonna get the Roy, and then we're gonna get the black native. Who said something?
No, it's me. It's Ray. I just want to ask Professor something real quick.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Last night, Professor, you were in that space last night where they were talking about Stacey Abrams is the best candidate. And I was just wondering, was there anything worth mentioning that they said, or was that like a troll space?
That's a troll space.
That space, y'all, was a troll space because I had to stay on their asses about the fact that Stacey Abrams, with that whole black man's agenda, is bullshit. That's exactly what it is. It's bullshit. If you read the agenda, y'all, she's sitting in there talking about minorities. She didn't even go through the whole thing and say, black men, I got this for you. Black men, I have this for you. Black men, you're going to get this. Black men, you are the ones that I'm focusing on. She was talking about minorities. Last time I checked, black men are black men. We are not minorities. We are black men, black American freedmen men. You're supposed to be focused on us. You talking about the black man's agenda? You ain't even talking to us. You talking to the minority. You could be talking about some damn alien out there. God damn it. I'm sick of this shit. These motherfuckers are making me pissed as hell with all this bullshit symbolism that they giving us. Symbolism is not going to work anymore, y'all. This is what they've been doing all this time. It's symbolism. Like that damn Juneteenth shit. I don't give a fuck about Juneteenth. I don't give a fuck about symbolism. That shit is nothing to me. They talking about tearing down statues and shit. Who gives a fuck about all this stuff? I want the tangibles, man. I want the reparations. I want the anti-black hate crime bill. We need that. We need protection. I need the George Floyd police reform bill. I need more education grants for my neighborhood, for my community, so we can get the knowledge that we're seeking. I need health care, more health care. Hell, it's things like that we need, y'all. All this other shit, this symbolism shit, is not helping us. It's just not going to work anymore. And this is what the Democrats have been doing for us. They've been giving us symbolism. So, Ray, the bullshit that was in that damn space, man, it was bullshit. That's what it was. It was a bullshit ass space, and Stacey Abrams is bullshit. Anybody that's still walking around here with Jerry curls after all these damn years can't be a goddamn governor. They can't be a leader for us. I don't know any black people that still wearing damn Jerry curls. Do you know any black people still wearing Jerry curls? Y'all let me know. Hit me up in the DMs if you still see somebody wearing Jerry curls. Hey, look, y'all. Jerry Curl's been going since 1994, I think. When did Boys in the Hood come out? It was what, 1990?
The late 80s, early 90s.
That's the late 80s, like 91 at least, something like that. You know what I mean?
Right. It's been a little minute since it's been going up. Let's go ahead. Go ahead and get it around the room. Let's go ahead and get the black.
Follow the trip.
Let's get it to black pressure. Then we're gonna go to we're gonna go to black. We're gonna go black pressure. Go black pressure. Then we're gonna go to Roy. Then we're gonna go to Black Native. Then we're gonna go to LA. So black pressure. Go ahead and unmute your mic real quick.
Hey, News, I'm gonna concede my spot to either DJ or Ray. I know they've been waiting. I got a couple of things so they can go before me.
Hey, I just want to ask Rob one more question. So
wait, DJ, before we get to Rob, before we get back, let's go ahead because we got a couple new speakers up in here. So let me go ahead and get to let me get to Roy, Black Native them. So Roy, go ahead and unmute your mic real quick. Roy, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Greetings and blessings to the room, to the host, to the co-host. I just wanted to say that we've been told over and over again that white supremacy plays both sides of the field because it's trying to win. And the thing with that, when you have these Republicans in Texas saying, well, we're going to send all of these illegal immigrants to New York, and that's going to show them, the people, they're so overwhelmed. They're like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. But why would you send these people all the way to New York when their home is right across the border? That was a setup to get them where they needed to go without walking. So our tax dollars got them right to a sanctuary city where they opened armed them and said, come on in, here go everything you need. You got here, this is what you get. And this is what we need to understand. Ain't none of these people on our side. Send them right back home. That busload could have been right back for $10, $20 instead of sending them 3,000 miles across the country. And the same way with Martha's Vineyard, all those rich people in the mansions said, yeah, send them over here, and we're going to welcome them with open arms. And now we got housekeepers and maids and butlers and everything else we need. What needs to be done, every time they say we're going to ship them out, we need to be out there shutting them down. Ain't no buses going no further. You turn it around and take their ass back home. And I'll land my plane.
Hey, you know what, Roy? We was talking about that last night. Hold on, DJ. We was talking about that last night, and I made that same statement. I said that, yes, the Democrats want illegals to come over here, but the Republicans want them to come over here for another reason, too. And what you just said, I said last night. They want them to come over here because they want them to be the damn nannies. They want them out there picking tomatoes in the field. They want them on a construction site so they can pay them $6, $7. Anytime you see some of these major businesses get busted and whatnot, how many times have you had a Republican own these businesses and they got like 50 damn illegals there? They want them sitting at the little factories and all these other places because they want that cheap labor coming over here. That labor that's undocumented, that they like to work them right into the ground. That slave labor. See, they know black people not gonna sit out there, and a lot of times you get these older black people, especially baby boomers, about, well, black people don't want to do them jobs. I like, stop it. You damn right. No black person wants to go up there on top of the roof for $8 an hour when they had to do that their whole life. You're right about that. They don't want to go up there for $8 an hour. They want to go up there for $20, $25, and they should. That type of work, damn, shortens your life out there doing that kind of stuff. So you damn right they want to go up there and get paid. They're not picking cotton and tobacco no more. So you're right, they want to get paid. And you got the Republicans sitting up here, like I said, both of these a-holes up here, they, like you said, Roy, they sitting up here together playing the game. And Black Pressure made that point. He said it tonight. He said, hey, sure, you send them to D.C. and you send them to Kamala House and whatnot, but you could have sent them right back across the border, which is true. You could have sent them right back, but they didn't. So now, like I say, one has a voting block here, and the other one has their damn they have their workers here, and they're gonna the Republicans gonna slowly filter them in because they don't want to get outnumbered. even though they have in some of these areas got outnumbered. What they want to slowly filter them in here because they want to add them as a workforce. They said we don't want to hire these Negroes here because after all, we lazy. We don't want to work. Remember, so they got their cheap labor right here to go ahead and pick up the slack and whatnot. So what you said was on point, brother. I definitely agree with what you said like that.
And I want to say one more thing real quick, brother. I know you said they come in. I know I did too, but they not only coming for the housekeeping and the low manual jobs. They coming for the corporate jobs. And when in California, they already got them. And when they get those corporate jobs, all those things we fought for and our ancestors fought for with workers' rights, they gonna dismantle our shit. So if you think, oh, it don't bother me, I'm in the corporate area, they coming for your ass too. Just because they ain't got there yet, don't mean they won't be. Out here, they in the EEOC, and one lady just got caught at a bar talking to a black bartender and told him, I hate niggas. But she worked for the EEOC. Wake up, folks. It's real, and they coming. And they don't give a damn about us, period. Not our old people, not our young people, not our babies. They infiltrating everything. Everything. And I land my plane, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate your insight. It definitely was spot on, and it definitely was appreciated. And I definitely share the same sentiments you share here too. You know, this is titled by Kamala House, and they need to bring them to her house and whatnot as well too. Since this is what she requested, it kind of hit her off guard or whatever that they showed up like that. At least on the outward, it looks like it was something that was unexpected. Who knows behind closed doors what was plotted and what was schemed and whatnot. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kick it to Miss Black Native next. But like I said before, guys, make sure you support us on Cash App, $Newstoter. That is $Newstoter. I will say that once again, $Newstoter, the largest curator of Black news a day in America. We more than just spaces and whatnot. Newstoter is the actual largest Black-owned American news curation site today in America. So please support us, help your family, help us grow, help us get larger. Make sure you all follow us in the space. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to that YouTube channel. Subscribe to that newsletter as well too. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram as well too. Black Native, please go ahead and unmute your mic, sister.
Thank you for holding this space, Newstoter. I wanted to play something like a song that I think is very enlightening, made in the 70s, I believe, but it hits today.
You there, sister?
And so I just want to play
going twice, making sure I'm not in the matrix to myself, am I?
Hey, DJ, can you hold on one second, Black? Yeah, I can hear you. I can, okay. DJ.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, we hear you, but Black Native was talking like that's what I'm saying because I was
trying to take. I can't even hear. I wasn't even sure she was saying anything.
Yeah, she's there. Go ahead, Black Native.
All right. I think this song is fitting for now, even though it was made in the 70s, I believe, with Hal Melvin and the Blue Notes, and it's telling us that we need to wake up, just like the brother just said a few minutes ago. This is serious at this point, and we need to wake up. So we've been sleeping, but see, now we up, and so we gotta actually sit back, come up with a plan, and figure out how we're going to get rid of these immigrants who are being flooded, not only in our communities. This is laughable. I'm going to shut this off. I just wanted to play this real quick. So that's what came to mind when I'm listening to this conversation right now. The title is Befitting. They sent 2 buses to Kamala's house. What they need to do since they over there, they need to be out there cooking some tacos. I hope they got some taco trucks out there, drinking some Corona and just fucking up all her shit. That's what they need to be doing right now since they, she invited these people over here. Basically, most of these immigrants are being placed and always have been placed in Black communities. They're not coming to upper middle class white communities. And they're just not, like the brother said, cutting grass anymore. These people are out here doing construction. They have their own construction companies. They're doing road work. They're doing electrical work. They're not just out here in flip flops and a lawnmower cutting people grass. They way past that. They're in McDonald's, all of the fast food joints where our kids used to be able to go get summer jobs, or just coming out of high school and that's their little part-time job. You got Venezuela and Conquista up in there managing our children. Barely could speak English. This shit is infuriating. I'm out here in North Carolina. The part I'm at, these white folks ain't letting them over here yet. But over there in Raleigh, it used to be a Rite Aid. They turned that shit into a Latino bank. That's the name of the bank in the black community. They got whole sections. Now, if they got California, New York been ground zero for a minute because I'm from New York. They've always had immigrants there, but now I heard they busting them motherfuckers over there, putting them in $400 a day hotels when you got homeless people laying on the streets and rats running over them. If they got money to supply them, just like the sister said, homeless vets, what are you doing for them? They serve this country. They have mental illnesses. Some of them got arms and legs blown off. They homeless, but you giving immigrants who can't even speak English more priority over your vets? What does that say about this country? I want to know where the fuck is all of them white people that went to the Capitol building that was shitting and pissing? Where they at now? We need these people. Sometimes your enemy could be your friend. And we need them to be like, nah, you know what? No, they got to go. We should have been on this. There's no way that Watts and Compton are now Hispanics. It's no way that should have happened. The South, we're trying to still hold this place down, but they're here. And guess who's letting them come over here? They're being sponsored. They're being put in housing. They're getting food stamps. I even seen one time I was going over to, I saw all of them piling up and getting out of trucks. I'm like, what's going on over there? So I go walk over there being nosy. It was the Toys for Tots. And it was nothing but Mexicans out there pulling out fake ass birth certificates. Looked like it was from Hawaii. And I'm standing behind a lady looking at her birth certificate because you had to show ID and all that to get the toys. They are here. They are taking over, the communities. They're building, businesses, banks, and we're just sitting there allowing this to happen. We have to get on board. We have to get people. Stacey Abrams is a no-no. She's a no-no. Like the brother said, like Professor said, she had minority in there. She didn't say specifically for Black Americans. She said black men. That's flat blackness right there. So we're not even going to allow that. And she just came up with that. She got 16 days or 64 days or something like that for the governorship. Was it in November sometime? So now you want to do something for black men when you had almost 3 or 4 years to come up with a plan. It seemed like this was something that was just thrown together. She just taped it together and threw it and see if it would stick. This is what we're dealing with. Our own people are setting us up. And I don't know what we need to do, how we need to band forces, who we need to get. We got ourselves. We need some of these racist ass white folks who can't stand immigration to be out there. Where they at? They out there was tearing up the damn Capitol. They should be out there now, pissed off. I'm glad they dropped them people off at fucking Kamala house. I'm glad. I hope they drink beer, leave trash in front of her yard, cook some tacos, and do whatever they need to do. Because, at this point, immigration is a problem. There's no way that they should be allowed to come over here and get scholarships and grants when they're not even legal. I don't understand it. I'm so disgusted and pissed off. I just wanted to express myself. I thought that song would be, befitting during this conversation. And I thank you, and I'm going to land my plane.
Thank you, sis. Appreciate it. LA, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hi, good evening. Thank you, host. Thank you, co-host. Hello, everybody. I live in a sanctuary city, and I'm going to just be as blunt and as raw as I can get. How the hell that people who don't have citizenship, don't even have a social security number, don't have two nickels rubbed together. They get a bank account, they get loans, they get, state subsidies for child care, health care benefits over intact black families sleeping in their trucks. Black vets, brothers and sisters that put their lives on the line serving this country. And they can't get their VASH housing, but they're willing to go and spend $30 million to go house these Ukrainians, these racist Ukrainians. Go over and spend $2.5 billion in housing subsidies and grants to put up all of these Nicaraguans, Hondurans, and Mexicans that got displaced because of feuding and stuff that we instigated in those countries. And they can just walk on in and get this stuff. Yet you and me, we can't get a bank loan. And we worked 25, 35, 40 years of our adult lives. And we can't even get a loan or take out a second mortgage to send our kids to school, to rehabilitate our businesses. I'm sick and tired of where I work. I'm in corporate America, and like Professor said, they're here. And they're taking over our jobs, and they're kicking us out of our jobs, and they're cutthroat coming up the corporate ladder. I see it every day. I am in a leadership position, third level leadership position in the corporation where I work. And let me tell you something, they're wiping us out. They're kicking us out. They go to school under the DACA Dreamers Act. Don't have to pay a damn dime. Using United Negro College Fund dollars. And they don't even identify as Negro American. Don't even associate with Black Americans, but using United Negro College Fund dollars and DACA recipient grants to go to top tier institutions in this country. Yet they go spit on HBCUs, call HBCU graduates dumb niggers, and spew invectives on HBCUs, period. But they haven't put one damn dime in tax dollars towards land grant institutions, towards housing, towards everything that we built in this country for 500 years we've been here. And these ungrateful sons and daughters of bitches got the nerve to look at you, me, everybody in this room with scornful contempt. I blame every member of the Congressional Black Talkers for 35, 40 years of bullshitting us. Yeah, I'm talking about that house nigga Jim Clyburn. Yeah, I'm talking about that Sheila Jackson Lee, that Barbara Lee, that Maxine Waters. Yeah, I'm talking about them. This happened on their collective watch. They knew when they let these people in that they would immediately set up in Watts, Compton, get all the Black people out. And that was done deliberately to dismantle the Black foundational communities. We built that with our sweat equity. We had the wealth for generations, only to let along come whomever comes from Belize, Honduras, okay? Afghanistan, take our shit from us because of these lying politicians. Get them out of there. Every last one of them. Because it's a sad day in America when I see a damn first generation immigrant on my county council. That's right. Sucker grew up in refugee camps in Sudan and Somalia. Came over here to the United States as a child. Went through the public school system, went to Stanford University undergrad and University of Pennsylvania law school. for free off of our stuff. We can't even get our own kids to go to the 2-year junior college down the street. But a goddamn immigrant can go to Stanford University and University of Pennsylvania and then come and sit on county council. You better wake up, because by the end of this decade, there won't be any of us. I'll land my plane.
Preach, sister, preach.
Thank you, sister. I appreciate you coming through. Definitely appreciate you coming through and just dropping that a little bit for us. Mr. Engaging, then I'm gonna go to I Am Woke, and then we're gonna go to we're gonna get back to the other hand. So Mr. Engaging, I Am Woke, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey, Mr. Engager, hold on 1 second if you don't mind. Newstoter. I just want to say I put something in the Jumbotron where a white woman from the Martha's Vineyards was complaining about these migrants. So if y'all want to get a chance to look at that, okay?
Yeah, I saw that. So I appreciate you putting that up in the. Well, I definitely take. I saw you put that in there, so I'll definitely take a look at that when I get a second. Mr. Engaging, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey, what's up, family? What's up, Newstoter? As always, salute to you, and thank you for bringing this up. I really do think that there's something more at play, and I'm looking at this as more of a security risk. Like the Republican officials that approve of that transfer of those undocumented individuals, there should be held on some type of treason charges. They're bringing a natural threat to our community, and they're not being really kind of held accountable. Like, what if these guys were a terrorist? Or what if one of these guys had extreme wants from Interpol? I find that very problematic. And I really think that they should be arresting both parties and locked out to shackles. That's just my opinion, though.
All right. Appreciate you, brother. I Am Woke. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Peace and reparation, brothers and sisters. You know, shout out to Black Native. Serious. Yes, you are so right. The immigrants have taken over New York. They were always there. But now they're everywhere. I was just there about a month ago, and I was sitting on the F train like, whoa, this shit is crazy. And I'm in North Carolina as well. I live in Gastonia, right outside of Charlotte, and they're taking over here too. They're just everywhere. And this is why we must stand up and give hella pushback, because not only is it affecting everybody, but more importantly and mostly it's affecting us. And Dr. Claude Anderson told us about this 20, 30 years ago. He told us that this was going to happen. And we ignored it and didn't pay attention. And now look, this shit ain't even knocking at the door. This shit done kicked the door in with the wheat Tims, double soles, and then sat on the couch and brought a case of Corona.
Brooklyn.
So we got to do something and about it, because time is of the essence. Time is up.
I'm definitely in agreement with you, sister. It's just starting to really hit the fan now. That's why we're trying to go ahead and hold these spaces and trying to get the message out there to our people and whatnot. When it's time to vote on that closing that open border. You definitely got to go ahead and try to go ahead and get rid of this right here. Black International, go ahead. Black Intelligence. I'm sorry, Black Intelligence. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Peace, brother. Thank you for hosting the room. Shout out to everybody in the room. Yeah, with this whole situation with them being dropped off, I think it's a good idea, because a lot of these white people, they have this privilege and they don't really care about what's happening in your backyard. So I think it's a good idea that they bring the problem to their doorstep. And what we've seen with these illegal immigrants is a direct correlation with Black incarceration rates when it comes to Black men. They're taking all the blue-collar jobs. They're not just taking the construction jobs. But how many of you have been into an Asian restaurant and they got Latinos back there cooking the stir fry rice. I mean, this is happening all over the country. So they've teamed up with the model minorities, and they're taking away just small jobs that a teenager could even work. These are jobs that our youth can no longer do because they'll do it for the low. So, and then when you have a problem about it, they'll turn around and lie and say it's a family business. Why you got Latinos in here if it's a family business? I mean, they got to stop the cap. So, they used to use these floods, these river floods back in the day to actually take over our cities. They flood our cities with water. And now in 2022, they're using La Raza to flood our historically black neighborhoods. So even in some parts of the country right now, you can't even get a job at McDonald's without being bilingual. And no one wants to talk about them driving around and walking around drunk all day. I mean, we got to address this. It's a problem. It's dangerous. There are so many drunk driving accidents involving them. There are so many of them that have been very, I'm going to say, disrespectful and inappropriate to women that are underage. And when they're coming across that border, they're coming in the luxury. I've been to Central America before, and I'm talking about some of these places are. I'm not trying to diminish anybody, but some of these places are really third world. I mean, they're taking bucket showers. There's not electricity out there. So when they come over here, they don't mind working for $3 an hour and taking a few tips and living 10 people in an apartment. That's luxury for them from where they're coming from. And so they don't care about what they're doing to the communities. They don't care about taking over the historically black communities that we no longer have. And I don't live in California, but there's some parts even in the South where they've taken over historically black communities. So this has to stop, and I'll land my plan there.
Definitely appreciate you and what you said. I mean that's pretty much the that's what's going on right now. I mean, really we had a loss for words what I said. So that's pretty much what we've been talking about lately. Is just what's going on with this issue. Last night we was talking about Stacey Abrams and her wanting to take actual taxpayer dollars and sending actual illegals to school. And like the sister said, now you can't even get black students here in the U.S. to get junior college for free. But you're sitting up here talking about because somebody came into the country illegally that they should be able to. They're already getting free education because they're going to public schools anyways. So they're going to public schools, they're getting free education off the taxpayer dime, and you're sitting there saying that should continue. That we should go ahead and not only that, get you a higher education for free as well too. So that's the madness of black politicians in this country as well too. And I know Kamala Harris, she's black whenever it fits her. When it's election time, now she's going to be doing her sister girl narrative. Now she's black. She'll be up here popping her fingers and talking about making collard greens and all this other time. And then after that, she'll go back talking about cooking curry goat and curry chicken and all the rest of this other stuff like that. So whenever it's election time, she magically becomes black and whatnot. And just like Obama, when it was election time, you can hear Obama with you can hear like the difference in his voice when he's talking to white people and when he's talking to black people, he starts sounding like he's some kind of Southern Baptist preacher and whatnot. So this is the representation that we have as a people right here, and the biggest sellouts have been these black politicians. So we got to go ahead and start getting them in order, like from Clyburn to Maxine Waters to Stacey Abrams, all of Warnock, Herschel Walker. I mean, God, he's just ridiculous. I don't even know what you could say about Herschel Walker, but one too many hits to the head. Got to check this joker for CTE or something like that. But this is the representation that we get as Black Americans, and we sit up here and we told to go ahead and support these people and these parties and just this ridiculous stuff right here. Support bringing in more people to go ahead and replace you. Support taking your tax dollars. Like you said, we talked about this before, that they had a lot of these immigrants were staying in New York City and Manhattan at $700 night hotels. I mean, you can't even. I mean, some people in this space mortgage it might be $700, and you sitting up here saying that you're paying $700 a night for them to stay there. You can't make this stuff up here, man. I mean, you just really cannot make it up. Black pressure. Go ahead and unmute your mic. DJ, hold it down 1 second for me, all right?
Go ahead, Black Person.
Hey, I just got my little grub, man. Go ahead and let Mr. Engagement go.
Hold up, man. You always order some food on Newstoter show. What you working with, man?
Nah, dude. I was like, man, I work 10 to 12 hours a day. I got to get it when I can, my man.
For sure. Go ahead and fill your stomach up, brother. Enjoy it, man. Go ahead, Mr. Engagement or Ray, whoever want to go. Ray, you the co-host. You got it too, my brother. Whoever want to go.
Hold on.
Oh, you go ahead, Ray. Then I go after.
Okay. Real quick, I'm gonna just make two really quick points for the family, real quick. So, I want to definitely talk about what you brought up about earlier, DJ, about our relatives. Some of these people we just cannot get through to, and I need the family to realize these people are really attacking us on all ends of the spectrum. Because we have them attacking, especially the Democrats. They're saying, hey, if you let the Republicans back in, they're gonna take away the LGBT rights, and they do the same thing with illegal immigrants. Like, hey, we got y'all over here. If y'all don't vote for us, the Democrats or the Republicans will send you back. They do the same thing with the liberals. The liberals, they already crazy as hell. They believe anything, everything they supported. Obviously, they do the same thing with the guns and everything else. So, that's something that we need to keep in mind. I just wanted to tell the family about, about my situation. But just something I wanted to share real quick. So, remember DJ earlier when we were talking about like our family members and how we just cannot help some of them or whatever, and you just cannot get it through their heads no matter how hard we try.
Facts, bro.
I got them on. I got it good on both sides. I got the riders on one side. I got the coons on one side. So, I asked one of them. I was like, you got 4 kids now. What is it about these Democrats that just keep you voting for them? She's afraid, basically, that if she thinks she's support, she's afraid to work basically because she's getting welfare. She's got all these different baby daddies and stuff, and she thinks that if she votes for Republicans, like Trump is gonna kick her ass off his welfare and make her get a job. Which I'm like, you asked me to. Like, how you 40 years old and never had to have a job because you've been living on welfare and child support? Shit like that. We gotta just get that type of shit up out of our community, and I'm gonna land right there.
Nah, 100% on that one. I feel you 100%. But go ahead. Hey, let's get Goddess up here real quick.
Just to let y'all know I'm back as well too. So go ahead, Goddess.
Yeah, let's get a Goddess up here, Mr. Gidget. You can go after that, bro. What's up, Goddess? How you feeling?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sister Goddess, you there, mom? Going once, going twice.
She may have a little delay in her mic. Yeah, we can definitely hear you. I think we must have lost Ray because that's when he asked if we hear him. So we got to get Ray back up here if we can. Yeah, I think we might have lost Goddess for a second.
Hey DJ, will y'all
hopefully she'll.
Hey, bro, I just approved you again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we were able to hear you, Ray.
Okay, wasn't sure if y'all able to hear all that, man. I'll land my plane.
Right. No, yeah, we heard you. Yeah, we did. I definitely heard you. You must have went in the shadow round when Tyler came back on, because like when I was talking with Sister Black Native was talking, I was up here, but all of a sudden the mic dropped when she started playing the music. I'm like, what the hell just happened? Yo? I couldn't even hear anything.
It went dead silent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was no reactions from anybody, no hands for us. Like, I was like,
oh snap! Damn, I was bigging you up. Damn, dog, for real.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything. That's why I had to.
For real. Hey, let me do a replay right there. I don't know if you see these hands.
Let's check and see. Let's check. Goddess, are you there? Maybe she we might have lost her temporarily. Hopefully she'll come back. We'll get back to her. She comes back on. Let's get the FBA nationalists. FBA nationalists. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How everybody doing?
What's up now?
Peace, bro.
Yeah, I got a problem with illegal immigration. Illegal immigration is a huge problem in the black community. I'm not no Democrat, no Republican, no, but I do support the Republicans when it comes to securing the borders and getting these illegals out of here. Like, for example, like California, with Gary Brown made California Central State in the 1980s, that started bringing all these illegal immigrants up in here. So, yeah, that's and also they're not going to send these illegal immigrants to no wealthy, affluent, upscale, white liberal area. They're going to send them to majority black communities. Now, they're complaining now because they send them to their communities. Now they got to bear the burden, bear the price of it. So now they want to complain and say they don't got the resources, the money, and finance to take care of them, though. But it's on them, so that's a good thing. But another thing is is that they dropping them off in majority black cities though. Like DC, you still got a large black population that's in DC live. Same thing in New York City. And in Chicago, you got quite a bit of Black Americans out there. So yeah, that's a huge problem though. I would say that we need to get behind the Republicans on the illegal immigration issue though, because over 5 million illegal immigrants came across since Joe Biden got in there, and that's nothing but illegal immigration is nothing but a form of a foreign invasion without military. That's all I gotta say.
No doubt, brother. We definitely appreciate you. Now, who the hell is this fool right here that keeps who the hell is Killmonger WZ Wright FBA? Like, this joker constantly, like, are you up in the space or whatever? Like, this joker constantly leaving comments and whatnot. Like, who the hell is that?
Who? Which person?
This person that keeps, like, he left a comment earlier today. His name is Killmonger WZ Wright, and he's got an FBI. I guess he anti-FBA or whatever, but he constantly like dropping little comments and little I don't know who the hell he is. I don't know. I never seen him before. Never been in one of his spaces or whatever. But if you in here, what's your name again? Let me check your name. Killmonger WZ Wright. Please go ahead and get on the mic. I invited you earlier today. You had your little thing. I told you if you want to get on the mic, come on and get on the mic or whatever right here. So please, by all means, the mic is available. I don't even know if this dude is from America or where the hell he's from or whatever, but by all means, I will allow you to come up here and get on the actual microphone if you want to get on the microphone. Let me get to EJ. EJ, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Go ahead, EJ. Yeah, my bad. I thought you said DJ, bro.
Yeah, we can hear you.
DJ or EJ?
EJ.
Yeah, no, he said you, EJ, but I thought he said DJ. That's why I'm commenting. But that whoever I think Sir Major sent that thing over here, bro, because his name right there in the thing. Try to look at it again. But go ahead, EJ. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm down here in Little Grange, Georgia, man. Look, and I just been noticing stuff from the time I got down here, because I went down to college. I went down to Albany State for like 2 years. And when I came down here to LaGrange is like a down there 50-50 time. Like, it's like a black and white 50-50. But, you know, you basically had, you know, a few Koreans sprinkled here. You had some Mexicans sprinkled here and there. Now, I'm just telling y'all the background story to just tell y'all this. When I started working at this plant called Tape One a few years back, this had to be about 7-8 years back. Now, when I'm back there working, most of that plant was black. Most of everybody in there was black, and you had blacks and whites, and then they had little Mexicans back in the back cleaning up or whatever. They probably come up there and clean up on the lines or whatever. About 4 years into me being in that plant, I started noticing that there was more Mexicans coming up front and working. And I was like, most of them I know are undocumented. And then I thought about it. I said, they get paid up under the table. They barely speak any type of English. I'm trying to figure out how they getting all these Mexicans to come across here and working on the line. Next thing I know, after I quit, I promise you, I'm driving my truck right now. After I started driving trucks, I started having some of my buddies that I used to work with back in the day come up to me and tell me, they're like, yo, if you go around this plant, you notice now that more than half of this plant is Mexican. They ain't never Mexicans in there. I said, what? They say, yeah. They say ain't nothing but Mexicans in there. You go in there, ain't never slap Mexicans all the way through there. I'm trying to figure out how in the hell this shit going on out here. This is mostly a black town out here. Like, seriously, if you go around here, you're going to see mostly black and white folks around here. But I don't know where all these damn Mexicans coming from, but they keep coming out of no goddamn well, and they just popping up out of nowhere. They in our space. They right there over us. They coming in there working jobs that we're supposed to get paid $15, $16, $17 an hour for. They're down here in Georgia, you know, it's a little lower for a lot of the folks. But we're down here in Georgia, you know what I'm saying? That's a pretty decent paying job. They come over here getting paid $10 an hour to do the same damn job that we doing. They undercutting us and throwing us out. Now, on top of that, now, about 2 weeks ago, I had seen a post from one of my buddies, my homegirl named Kim that was down here or whatever. And she was like, hot damn, say one that had to shut down. And we were trying to figure out what happened. She said, man,
just don't even know. All these Mexicans walk the fuck out. I said, what? He's like, every last one of them just walked the hell out. I don't know what the hell happened to them. Maybe somebody got called, somebody called ice on their ass or something, but all the motherfuckers dipped at one good goddamn time. I'm trying to figure out what is going on around here, man. They playing, but, and I'm in on this. Fuck Stacey Abrams. I ain't voting for that help.
Appreciate you, brother. Definitely appreciate you. I kind of lost the actual order when I had stepped away, y'all. So I don't know. Let's get LA and then original, and then we'll get to you, Mr. Gage, because I heard you. So LA, go ahead and hold on. We got a new speaker. Let's let the pastor come in. Pastor, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Absolutely. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. Yeah. So I want you guys to hear something real clear, and I want you guys to understand something. One, I'm in California. Two, I'm a pastor. For some of you guys who don't know, I'm also an elected official in California. And this is something that I've been speaking to for a while because I grew up near the border. I grew up in San Ysidro, San Diego, right at the border. So I've been watching this for years growing up. So I'm explaining something to you guys. This whole knowledge or this whole argument that they're fleeing countries of poverty, it's not like what you think. I just was in Mexicali probably about a week ago, and it's a very affluent community. And what's happened is they're taking a lot of the money and they're sending it back to Mexico. So that's one thing too. And they're using the disguise of this illegal immigration and coming in through the border illegally because there are so many ports of entry that they can come in through. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of Mexicans don't like illegal immigration as well because they see exactly what blacks are seeing too at the same time. But then you have some that have their family members over there in the same case. And it's interesting because we've been watching this language and I've been hearing it for a while, and this space is starting to come out from both parties, Republicans and Democrats. Now, I'm running for U.S. Congress, and one of my big things is to secure the border because I'm seeing more than just illegal immigration. I'm seeing a lot of drug trafficking, fentanyl, human trafficking, but they're using the immigration, and I love that somebody mentioned DACA and the disguise of DACA and how it's being able to fund college funds, and it's really cutting away from funds that should go to black folks, the same way as which they did with Title I with the public schools, and they start busing black kids into the white communities because they needed 25% of the kids to be in those schools so they can get 100% of the funding. So this has been happening for a while, and this is one of the reasons why I despise those Maxine Waters and Sheila Jackson Lee, because they have been complicit with this for years. They have been sit back watching this strategy, and instead of pushing an agenda that could have propelled and put black people into not only an economic base, but challenging with our children for the future. And they've been seeing this because I've been able to change policies on a local level for black businesses. So I know if I can do this here because I'm concerned about the welfare of black businesses, black families, and this public school spaces and just different places together. So if I'm able to do this on a local level as an elected official, they can do this on a federal level. They choose not to because they know, as Biden said, this is their meal ticket, and this is their stay in power in the next 30, 40 years because they've seen Hispanics. The last census that just came out when we were redrawing the lines, it showed that Hispanics made up now the largest minority voting group. And they've been paying attention to that. So that's why they're shifting their focus, kind of like the Democrats did in the 60s, shifted their focus to allow more blacks to come in because they saw that at that time, blacks were centered around voting, and they wanted to vote. But because over the years, we kind of got relaxed and stopped voting, stopped really getting out there, putting people into a position of power, or the ones that did say that they were going, got there and forgot the reason why they were there or got caught up in the power itself. And so this is something that I've been fighting for a while, and I've been very successful at it. Sorry about that, I'm in my office. I've been very successful at it, even as an ex-felon. Yeah, that's what makes my political platform so dangerous, because I'm an ex-felon, somebody who spent 10 years in prison that's being praised in my community. And the Democrats or the media, they refuse to show my story. I'm a black man married to a beautiful black woman, got beautiful black children, active in my school, active in my community, helped get the first black mayor, the next city elected over. They don't want to share my story because it's dangerous and it's bringing much needed attention. You know, even when I won the primary, they had my wife in the newspaper surrounded by a lot of other white women because I'm a Republican that's speaking on black issues. And they don't want to show this. They don't want to promote this because I've been down to the border and been speaking about this atrocity for a while. And that's exactly what it is. And if we don't rise up in this next election and send a serious blow, and the reality of it is the control of it is coming from the Democrats because black folks, we've been voting overwhelmingly to that same party for years. So we have to send a serious message that just ain't gonna go down like this. And if we pull back the reins on where we just throw our vote in, I guarantee you they'll start hearing it. That's how we throw stones at a glass house. And I land my plane.
Yeah, that was fire, Pastor, for sure on that one, man. And if you got any information on any type of campaigns you're running or whatever's going on out there in California, because we definitely following California with the AB 3121 reparations lineage base, please post it in the Jumbotron. Everybody go follow the pastor right here. Real talk.
Absolutely. Definitely. And we wish you the best of luck, Pastor. What? I'm sorry, I missed it. What exactly office are you running for again?
I'm running for U.S. Congress, 25th Congressional District. I'm running for a federal seat. So I'll be the first ex-felon, like real hood, tatted streets, you know what I mean, that's going into office on some real live, like I'm about to bring some agendas that they just don't want to hear. And I got a powerful story. I own 40 acres of land in North Carolina where my family used to be slaves at, me and my brothers and sisters. My father is buried on the entrance of that plantation. So my story, like I said, the more and more I tell my story, like I went to prison for having a rental car 3 days late. So the more and more I tell my story, and that speaks on Kamala Harris being our Attorney General. And if you go look it up, she was the first Black Asian woman that ran for U.S. Senate. So I don't know where we got this first Black first Black Vice President, because when she ran for senator, she was Asian in our state. So I just want y'all to know that. In California, she was Asian. When she ran for vice president, that's when she became Black. I just want y'all to know that. That's why a lot of Black folks ain't rocking with her out here, because we know the truth about who she really is.
Definitely appreciate having you. It looks like God is I'm wondering if God is maybe back up in the space tonight. Also, y'all, like I say, y'all go ahead and follow the pastor. Definitely go ahead and pastor. Also follow Newstoter and follow the co-host. Newstoter is the largest curator of Black news today in America. So if you want to stay up to date with news, definitely you definitely the largest Black-owned curation platform today in the United States. So definitely go ahead and follow us, and I will definitely keep you flooded with information and keep you flooded with news from various sources all throughout the United States, Black-owned sources, even large multimedia sources as well too. So definitely go ahead and do that. I'm gonna kick it to Goddess, and I'm also say anybody that wants to contribute to Newstoter, if you have just $1 that you want to contribute, that's $Newstoter. Once again, that is $Newstoter. Goddess, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey, how y'all doing tonight? Pastor, I did want to ask you a quick question before I get started. I am in North Carolina. You said you were from North Carolina. What part of North Carolina are you from?
Kinston, Lenore County. As a matter of fact, they wrote an article about me. If you like Google it, Kinstonian kid comes home is running for Congress in California. Your Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson called me the day I won my primary and congratulated me. Him and his wife Yolanda. But I got a powerful video. It's on my YouTube where I addressed your House of Representatives in Raleigh last year and told the Republican Party that they need to start embracing African American history, start teaching it from a perspective of being a victor. So I got some shoes.
Well, I followed you, so we need to talk because it's a whole lot of shit going on in North Carolina.
Oh, I'm already aware of. I got family out there, but my land that I own is in Henderson. It's in Henderson.
Okay, I know where Henderson is because I'm in Raleigh, so Henderson, that's not too far from me.
Oh, absolutely, and we're coming back out there because I already told my wife we're going to retire in North Carolina. So
that's what's up. We need to all come back to where we from. Come back to the South. That's what we need to do. Anyway, but I have been, I've been off the app for a little while because I'm going through a little something, but not a little something, but a lot. And but I came in here because I looked at the title, and I actually bust out laughing because I'm like, what in the hell going on? They bust migrants to her house? Or are you just saying that?
No, you really did that.
That's real talk. That's real talk.
As a matter of fact, everybody follows Sister Goddess right here too. She's very instrumental on the Emmett Till trying to get this Carolyn Bryant get that warrant out there and get arrested. So we like to hear something on that if you got some time too, sister. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do. Thanks so much for asking. Yes, this weekend we have planned to go back to Kentucky because we ran her out of Raleigh. So I don't know if everybody know, but when you Google her name, the only people you see out there, those two boys she had. Well, she actually had 4 children. She has a daughter named Caroline, and she has a son that she's living with in Kentucky. Her daughter still lives here in Raleigh along with her grandkids, and we already know where they live, so that's already done. We actually are going to Kentucky. We went there actually about 2 weeks ago so that they will know that she's in the state. And it was like 5 different news stations that came out. So it did get across the state. They are aware that she's there. And what we're doing next is we're going there to do the same thing that we did with Breonna Taylor, which is to bring attention that this bitch needs. I'm sorry, let me use proper language, that she needs to be locked up because it's time out. One thing I hate about the Black community, and I'm going to say I hate it about us, and it is true, that once a big story comes out, when it's not hot anymore, it's dropped. So what I'm going around, and my biggest talking point where I've been having my town hall meetings and things in Raleigh and different weird places I've gone, is that about being hot when the story is hot. When a story is hot in the Black community, we always are on top of it. But the second that it is, dwindles off, then we don't hear about it anymore. Buffalo, New York. Who's talking about Buffalo? Nobody's talking about Buffalo anymore. Nobody's talking about any of our stories that we have. Now, if we don't keep picking them up, who else is? They're not. They're banking on us to forget about them. So this is the reason why now, me at 51 years old, is out here in these streets fighting for Emmett Till, because back in the day when our people were my age, they let the shit go and did not keep it carrying it on. So now we are picking up the torch and going from where they are, but I'm not going to drop it. I'm going to see it through because I have a 14-year-old son. And as I said on any camera that put their camera in my face, my son will not be an Emmett. I'm going to repeat again. My 14-year-old son would not be an Emmett. And I mean that. So this, whatever you want to call what I'm out here doing, I'm doing it for my Black boys. We will never see another Emmett as long as I breathe. I'm going to be in these streets, running up these 6 flights of stairs, whatever the hell I have to do. I'm going to give these people hell as long as I'm on this earth until they put that white bitch, and I'm going to say it, I'm sorry, behind bars because she did an awful thing to a child. And that's ridiculous. So I'm not giving up. And I thank you so much for giving me the platform to be able to speak. If you tap on my picture, you'll see me sitting on the steps of the state capitol of Kentucky. That picture shows you that we ain't playing. We mean business. We are here. We're not going nowhere. And that's my group. It's just us three. Us three went to 500 miles there and back to let them people know who they got in the state of Kentucky and that we will be back. Thank you so much.
No problem. And God is just to let you know, I just DM'd you the actual article with Kamala. So yeah, this ain't no actual joke right here. I also want to give a shout out to two Brians that actually went ahead and contributed on Cash App. Thank you, brothers, so much. The brothers looking out tonight. The other night it was the sisters a couple nights ago that actually held it down, and tonight it's the brothers. So definitely appreciate you guys contributing the news. So definitely. And God is, when you get a chance, go ahead and check that article out. And I'm glad to see you back, sister. I hadn't seen you in a minute. I know you bought that life. Your sister, she actually went out there and she was actually leading the actual charge, trying to bring some justice that the Justice Department here in the United States have for almost 70 years just went ahead and just totally ignored president after president after president after president after president. just sat there and act like this didn't even exist, letting this woman go ahead and just pretty much run amok. They did nothing to the husband and his relative. They did nothing to her, and she's actually out there trying to get justice. So, Goddess, I'm so glad that you're back. I hope that I hope that everything's well with you, sister. Keep fighting the way you fight. Whenever you get a chance, whenever you want to come on a Newstoter platform, the mic is always open. So I'm just glad to have you back, sister, and I hope everything's okay. And keep pushing for justice.
I just need y'all prayers because trying to not cry because I lost my only sister. So, that's why I haven't been on here. Because if anybody that's as a woman that's on here, when you lose your sister, that sisterhood is something different. And I lost my only sister, and it's been hard for me. So I'm only asking for my black people to pray for me. Because right now I'm really going through. But even on the day that I found out she died, I still went to Kentucky and I still stood up because it still goes on. Nothing stops. It still goes on regardless of what happens in our lives. We still have to carry the torch on and not give up. But, as far as being able to travel back and forth, it's just me and my sidekick. I call him my sidekick. He's 28 years old. Me and him, we staking out these houses. We found out where her family lives. All of this stuff, we doing this on our own time. And when we're driving, I appreciate it if you all would be able to give us gas money because this gas is not cheap. Driving 500 miles and, round trip, I appreciate it if you all help us out when it comes to gas. That's all I ask. If y'all can give us gas money, it's on I'm not gonna put it out there. It's if you would like to go, it's on my bio. I'm sorry, y'all. My mind's just all messed up. It's on my bio, my Cash App. Sorry. But I appreciate everything you all do. I'm just out here trying to make sure we get justice for any and everything that's going on with our people.
Thank you, sister. We'll definitely go ahead and do that. So I definitely appreciate it. And I'm so sorry that for your loss. Our prayers definitely go out to you and your family. Like I say, I'm so sorry for your loss, and I know you're a strong woman and whatnot. So just try to take it one day at a time. Don't try to put too much on your plate. And like you said, sister, just God bless you and your family. Just hang in there, hang tough. And like I say, when you're able to go back out there, take a minute to yourself. When you're able to go back out there and seek justice, go ahead and do that. But just go ahead and make sure that you yourself are okay. I know you want to go ahead and do justice and do what you got to do, but go ahead and make sure you and your loved ones, you're all okay before you actually go back out there. So definitely our thoughts and prayers, everybody in this space, our thoughts and prayers to you. And I would definitely would go ahead and contribute because I know, like I said, I know you're actually serious. You're actually out there. So like this ain't no made up stuff. You're actually out there trying to actually bring this old bird to justice right here. So we would definitely go ahead and definitely throw our support behind you, sister. I know, Ray, you had your hand up. Did you want to say something in particular to Goddess?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask real quick and then let you get back to other people in the room. So I'm just wondering, has Goddess heard anything? Because I just for the life of me can't understand how this woman has had an active warrant for 50 plus years, but somehow she still hasn't been brought to justice. What reasonable response are they giving you, if any, have you heard?
Well, y'all have to realize that when this took place back in 1955, not only did they have Mississippi trying to hide her, but the United States government as well. The FBI, Hoover, all those people are in, all of them are in it. So they've been trying to hide this lady. And just like I told you, when you Google her, the only two children you see are those two boys. You do not see the other two. They're doing this stuff for her. They're hiding her. That's what they're doing, all of this stuff. But as far as finding out where she's at, they don't know grassroots. They don't understand how grassroots works, I guess, because you can't tell us we can't find people because we know exactly where she lived at. Bowling Green, we coming. So we know where she lived. We know where everybody lived. And as far as, them saying that they're not going to press, picking up the warrant, They always say what they're not gonna do, but hey, we the grassroots. We don't stop at no. That means go to us. That means go harder for us. So just because that little weasel of a black, with a coon in Mississippi is talking about he ain't gonna do nothing, well, he ain't gonna have a fucking choice. Because when it comes to black roots, we're not gonna give up until we get our just due. And I'm not gonna give up because I truly feel like my son, just look at this. My son turned 14 this year. I started on doing this year. Had no idea the similarities between me and Mamie and my son. So that in itself is a reason why I would not drop it. Because I feel in my heart that this is the year that we gonna get this bitch in jail because I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna use every breath in my body that I have to be able to bring her to justice and get her locked up. But that's where we're at right now.
Definitely, sister, and keep that fight up and keep that fight up. And like I said, we support you and we're definitely here for anything that you need. So definitely shout out to you, Goddess, and shout out to all the ones that's in the grassroots that's out there knee deep in it, boots on the ground and whatnot. Also, I just want to give a shout out to Miss Samantha and Miss Whitney. Thank you, ladies, for your contribution on Cash App. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you, sisters. It's definitely appreciated. Let's go ahead and get to I'm not exactly sure who, because I got lost all the things. Let's Queen B. We haven't heard from you in a minute, so let's go ahead and get your thoughts.
I was going to say we got a new speaker up there too called Right.
We got a new speaker.
What? Right wing dumbass.
Oh Lord.
Can I ask?
Yeah, but go ahead, Queen. Raise your hand, right wing dumbass.
Hold on 1 second, Queen. Before we get to you, sis, I'm gonna get to you, but right wing dumbass, is this something that you want to go ahead and say?
Yeah. So first of all, I'd like to give my condolences to the woman who lost her sister, because I could only imagine how bad losing a sibling would suck. But like, this is my first Twitter space ever. Kind of got into politics. I'm a white, conservative, and a lot of times I feel like when I talk to black people about politics, they kind of repeat the same CNN agenda. Where if you talk about like immigration policies and shit, they act like you're being racist and stuff, and it's like, nah, man, it affects all of us people here, and I feel like it really bothers the hell out of me because I see how a lot of these Democrats, they use the whole civil rights movement to push another movement, like the whole LGBTQXYZ agenda, climate justice, all that other bullshit. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, just from listening to y'all talk, it's really enlightening and refreshing. And I mean, I think we kind of have a common enemy out there, whites and blacks in America, wherever it might be. And it's just these people that are like mainly Marxists, using some globalist agenda, try to fuck over the economy, keep it to where none of us are worth shit. We're all living in dirt while they're up at the top, living like kings. And I think we really could work well together. Conservatives, like white, I mean, there's like the white population in general, just hearing this type of talk about, I mean, it's the immigration stuff, because a lot of these uppity white people, they'll take positions in a political debate, like about like kids be taught about transgenderism in third grade, like a man being pregnant. They'll be like, oh, well, I don't see what's wrong. But what they're doing is they're doing that because it all goes back to like racism and being told if you're white, you just gotta be tolerant to shit and you can't give pushback or you're a racist. And I think like seeing you guys talk about the shit in like the same way, no matter what the issue, it's kind of all over the place. We'll really get a lot of support because I mean, obviously white people, they do make up the majority of the population in America, but black people kind of run the whole culture thing. And I mean, white people tend to just kind of follow that shit, and a lot of that whole crazy support just comes from like white guilt. And I want to say, was that Black Pastor? I think that's pretty cool. He's from Kinston, North Carolina, and he's got land up in Henderson too. And also Mark Robinson, our lieutenant governor, man, he's the shit. I love that guy. Talking about having I got these AR-15s in case the government gets too big for their britches. Like, I mean,
North Carolina.
Yeah.
What part of North Carolina?
Bull City.
Okay, I know you're right.
Do what?
Can I talk to Right Wing real quick?
Yeah, what's up?
So we're actually glad because you're bringing in a different perspective, which is why I'm glad you came in, not trolling, because I wanted to give you a chance to speak. So we're glad you came in. A lot of us, majority of the people that's in here, we're all about securing the border. We don't want these motherfuckers here. I don't speak for obviously everyone in the space, but I feel like at least a lot of us all have that same common belief. We don't want bigger government. I know it's your first time in here, but I'm the biggest gun supporter you'll probably ever meet in your life. So, as long as you ain't on no bullshit, you're welcome to come. You're welcome to come and chill. I just got one question for you, though, and I gotta go there. So, if you're gonna be a true ally to us, we have to know what is your stance on reparations.
What is my stance on reparations? So this is the way that I see it, is that the reason why white people always give pushback about reparations is the belief that they're being punished for something that they didn't benefit from, such as, like, say, myself. I think, like, I don't know, my family fucking came here from Ireland or Germany or just some European country after slavery abolition. However, I don't think that there's any way to deny that the impact of slavery has not affected your community up until this day. And then you also see how the Jews were given reparations for the Holocaust. I mean, a lot of other ethnic groups have been given reparations, which is why I think there should be some type of thing implemented as far as something to make up that wrongdoing. I just think the biggest issue as to why there's so much controversy about reparations is there's no real clear value to it. It's just reparations. It's not like, what's the incentive? What's the plan? What are we doing with this? Like, how far? How much money? Like, it's just reparations, which can mean anything from like a government check to like white people going back into going into slavery. You know what I mean? It's very broad.
Let me speak. I hate to speak for all black people, but I can promise you, we don't have that mindset. Majority of black people, I speak for myself on this. I just want to, if my ancestors work for something, let us get that and leave us the fuck alone. We just trying to make it like everybody else out here. We don't want to do white people no harm, but it seems like we've had a lot of white people that want to do harm to us, and that's the problem. And this is the thing. Yes, you may be Irish, but did they not get freedom too?
I think they had some like indenture. I'm not a fan of identity politics, like I said. So I didn't say that, but like Irish, German, I don't know. I know I come from Europe, and that's about it.
Hey Ray, we're gonna go ahead and right wing. I know that because we don't want to go ahead and get it too far off the topic. So this.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, y'all.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead.
That's my fault, bro. That's 100% my fault.
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. We're gonna go ahead because I know that that'll be a whole nother discussion, and I'm pretty sure right wing, even though we agree on certain things, I'm pretty sure whenever it comes to like black empowerment and things of that nature, we as black and white people, we can agree on certain things, but when it's something that's gonna really empower black people, I'll just say this part: when it's something that's gonna empower black people and enrich the lives of black people, even the most avid white supporter, they normally have an issue with that. So the reason that, and I'll just say this and sum it up real quick, and then we're gonna go back. We want to get back on this discussion about the migrants. The reason we talk about reparation because there's a debt that's owed. The entire wealth of this country was built off the backs of black people. So there would be no United States of America, which was in turn became the richest country in the history of this world had it not been for the labor of black people. Everybody that came in this country has benefited off of the labor of black people, whether they got here after slavery, whether they were Irish, Italian, or whatever. Every single solitary last one of them came to a country that was built up by black people. So I know you'll probably have you'll probably disagree with that, but the actual,
I'm not disagreeing my position on that statement, but would you prefer reparations or an ethno state? Because it almost sounds like you want an ethno state.
No, we want since we contributed probably trillions, well over trillions of dollars in the economy, and in this system, and never received anything back. we only feel that it's fair that we receive something back. But like I said, we can have a discussion around that at another time.
I think we definitely should. I would really enjoy it. This was great. Yeah. I'm definitely start following the space, and I appreciate it. I'm sorry for going off the topic, and I'll just shut the fuck up now. But like,
no.
I'm gonna come down with it.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Hey, listen, when you have a space going for hours, people gonna veer off of the topic. So that's cool. That's cool. That's fine. But I'm just gonna veer it back on. So we're gonna go back to let's go to LA, and then let's go ahead, y'all, and let's stay on the actual topic because we're not gonna have the space open much longer. So let's go ahead and try to stay on the topic as much as possible, y'all. So LA, go ahead and unmute your mic, and then we're gonna go to the original.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask Goddess something really quickly. I just want to say something to her really quickly. Can I do that? But maybe 10 seconds. Goddess, hey, I live in Kentucky. I want to connect with you on the back end. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So, next time you come here, we need to hook up and do something. Go over there or whatever. I don't know if you said you were at the Capitol or wherever. But anyway, I'm going to DM you. All righty?
Go ahead and drop your number because, yes, I need everybody because we need, yes. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Everybody, hey, Queen B, if you look in the Jumbotron, the second bubble from the left, the second bubble from the left, Sister Goddess Facebook group, or the group she's in, that over in our life page on Facebook, so subscribe to that too, y'all.
Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Hey, Migrants, is there anything else you want to ask? Because I know you had your hands up. Is there anything else you want to? You just had that question for Goddess.
Oh, hi. Politically speaking, I vote the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So the enemy of these liberal Democrats, do nothing, bootlicks, are the Republican conservatives. So on policy, I look at specific things. I've never voted straight tickets since 2000 when I got burned in 2000. I still remember that, okay? So I look at specific policies, one of which has to do with immigration. Immigration has been weaponized against us, period, at all levels. So I don't have a problem with joining the consensus with conservatives. We should have been had our secure borders, all right? Secure the damn borders, all right? Or you wouldn't have these damn Kamala Harris's Trojan horsing their way into the VP slot, okay? Let me tell you something. I was at the University of California, Berkeley, when Kamala Harris was the mistress of Willie Brown, who was mayor, and the SFDA at that time when she was blocking up every black ass. Okay? I have no love for that person. Okay? And, oh yeah, she likes to signify about Oakland. She never grew up in Oakland. She grew up in Quebec, in an elite suburb of Quebec. I know, I got relatives up there. Okay? Let me tell you something about these folks with flat blackness. Never let them fool you into believing otherwise. The only thing that Kamala Harris has in common with black folks is nothing. She graduated HBCU. A lot of people graduate HBCUs. You've got the drive, determination, and the grades, you can get in. If you want to stick it out at an HBCU because you're the best of the best, hey man, you're going to have to work for it. But don't use that symbolism and that political imagery to boonswoggle people into doing something against their best wishes. That's all I'm saying. So I'm going to vote. I'm going to vote local, and I'm going to send a message to those shills, those bootlicks, and all those other people who never had our best interests. And on that, I will land my plane.
Absolutely. I see we had a new speaker. It looks like it's Caramel. Is it Caramel? Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yes, hi everybody. It's Kamala. I'm in California. I'm originally from South Africa. South Africa is fighting the same immigration that we're experiencing now. Let me just start by saying, Goddess, I feel your pain. At the same time, I'm very disappointed to see that there's not more foundational Black Americans getting on these, discussions is very, very important. Sadly, both the Republicans and Democrats dropped the ball. It is terrible, terrible. We need to stop this immigration exploitation because it is an excuse not to pay reparations. Foundational Black Americans, they are entitled to reparations. Just keep doing what you're doing. Okay, that's all I have to say.
We love South Africa.
Yes, ma'am. We definitely do. You guys always show courage and you fought and whatnot, and you definitely you stood your ground, and we wish you the best over there. And we definitely thank you for standing with us in this in our fight and our pursuit as well too. And we understand exactly what you guys are going through. So please, you definitely have our support, and you definitely have the best of wish from us. Our best wishes. Let me give a shout out to my man, Insane Optimist, for your contribution on Cash App as well. Definitely appreciate that, brother. Definitely appreciate that. Always showing love and always supporting the content. So I definitely appreciate having you up in the actual space. Let's go ahead and get to original. Original, go ahead and unmute your mic, then we're gonna get to you, EJ.
Okay. Well, first I want to say, Goddess, we got you. Yeah, we got you. You're not gonna be alone. We got you. Okay. And EJ, I'm in Atlanta, man. And yeah, you're right. They've been bringing these folks in here left and right. You know, there was an article, because see, years ago when I would call into this local radio station here, I was the only one who was basically against the immigration. There was an article, it was from MSN, but it's off the internet now. But there's another article, if you type in all you Americans are fired. And it was done by, I think it was BuzzFeed, and it was documented showing how here in Georgia and down in especially in Georgia and Florida, a lot of these people that was picking these vegetables and stuff were Black people. And then they would show it on the news, and then they would try to equate it to slavery. And we're like, no, these are people that hell just working, trying to provide for their families. So what they did that year, they fired all these Black folks, and the Black folks sued them. They hired these illegal aliens, and they were paying the illegal aliens more than they were paying the Black folks. And there was one brother, he had 6 children. He's just trying to work and take care of his damn family. But see, these are the games that they run on people, trying to make us think that we're less than what we are and everybody else is better than we are. That's a damn lie. So I just want to share that because, and the other thing, and then I'm going to I know everybody know how they've been giving these illegal aliens tax ID numbers. That's how they're able to, get into these schools and get in, buy homes and other things, because the whole damn thing is backed by the government, in case people don't know. And
they give them Mexicans get what they call a matricula, and which is another form of a social security number. And also, the reason why I know this is because I work for the social services. So they give them a number that resembles a social security number, and they know they're here illegally.
Right, exactly. And then the other thing, and I'm going to land. See, EJ, you already know what the deal is. Big Swole, that's what I call Stacey Abrams, Big Swole. So she has this so-called agenda for the Black man, right? But if you go to her official website, that agenda is not on her website. See, they're trying to pull a fast one on people. See, if an agenda is not on your platform, it's not going to be discussed. That's just how politics works. Now, they'll come out and give you some lip service, but if that agenda is not on your platform, they're not going to discuss that. So she's scamming these Black folks, and some of them are stupid enough to follow this with. And I'll land on that.
Appreciate you, brother. EJ, you got your hand up. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First of all, Sister Goddess, I need you to hit me on the DM. Send me your Cash App, because I will be sending you some money tonight. I'm driving down to Savannah, so it's going to be a little bit later on. But I'm going to send you something as soon as I get down there, because I want to be driving, do stuff on the Cash
bro.
I'm gonna send you some on cash out. Just send it to me in my DM.
Thanks so much.
Tell everybody in the room, man. Look, I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of all these foreign coons that come over, bro. Like it blow me so quick, bro. I've grown up. I said like it used to be.
Hey, brother EJ, you there?
Yeah, I think we might have lost you, EJ. You there? I think we lost you, EJ. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear y'all. Hold on, let me see if I can. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you now.
Sure. Go ahead, switch your block.
No, what I was saying was, no, I was born and raised down there in Macon, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? But I'm mama's side of the family from Macon, Georgia. I'm my dad's side of the family from Concord, Georgia. They're right outside of Griffin, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So we all little country folk. But I started noticing that every time I looked up, man, we started having more and more of these African tethers coming over here. And even back when I was in high school, man, I started noticing that you started having some ass Nigerian women come over here, and they'd be the first one talking mad shit to these kids down there.
Yeah, we losing you, brother.
Hello?
Yeah, you going in and out, bro.
Yeah, you keep going in and out on us.
Yeah, I might hear you back, boys. Let me just wrap it up real quick, man. Get rid of these fucking tethers, man. They got to go. I don't give a damn Mex. All these fucking Mexicans got to go. All these goddamn Puerto Ricans got to go. All these goddamn tethers got to go. Get rid of their ass. I'm gonna wrap it up down to that. I'll try to make it later.
Appreciate you. We're gonna be getting ready to close the space out in a second. So DJ, I'm gonna go ahead and let you wrap it up, and then we're gonna go ahead, and I'm gonna go ahead and get the final say. And we're gonna go ahead and close the space out for the night because we been in for a couple hours, and I feel like we had a pretty good dialogue. So one thing I don't believe is drawing it out any longer than what it needs to be. So go ahead and, like I say, I want to appreciate everybody who contributed on Cash App tonight. Thank you guys. It's $Newstoter. It is $Newstoter. If those that you can. If you can help the sister Goddess out as well, please go ahead and go to her profile page and go ahead and contribute to her. You can just click on the $sign on her profile page and it'll take you straight to her Cash App. So if you guys can contribute to the sister, please go ahead. We definitely greatly appreciate it. I know those who can't, we're not forcing you to do anything, but if you can, it'll be greatly appreciated. And if you can donate to Newstoter, if it's just $1 to the largest curator of Black news a day, that's $Newstoter. Like I said, if you got $1, it ain't got to be two. If you got one that you say, hey, I only got $1, brother, $Newstoter, $Newstoter. So DJ, I'm gonna let DJ you get the final. Ray, you just came back up. So
yeah, I was about to say Ray just came back up real quick.
Ray, go ahead and get a final say.
And Todd, I just want to say, you want me to play the little, like the 2-minute article, just so folks get the context of what we're talking about, because I ain't got to speak.
Because they pretty much already know. Because I read, because when you went in, I had read the article already, so they pretty much know. But Pastor, I'm gonna let you go ahead and say something. Let's let the pastor's gonna be the final speaker for the night, and then the two co-hosts, and the host will go ahead and close it out. So Pastor, go ahead.
Absolutely. Look, I just want to say thank you. It's given my heart some real joy to see our folks, really coming together and having these spaces. I really appreciate it. One of the things I always say is action items. What are we going to do tomorrow? Because guess what? When we wake up tomorrow, we use 24 hours today to have this discussion. But then tomorrow, the issue is still there. And so I just want to remind people, this upcoming election is important. We got to wake up more people than 108, 120 that I've seen on here, whatever the number is. But I really believe that this upcoming election, we can shift some things and send a serious message. I'm going to get with you offline too. My contact information is on my website. If you go to realpastorbrian.com, that's my number. It comes right directly to me. You want to reach out to you. I have raised a lot of money for my campaign, so I can help funnel some things through your news organization. Because I donate from my Cash App. That's just my personal account. But I got campaign contributions that I can pay because you are a media outlet and want to help funnel some of that money to doing some things. So I'm willing to do my part bring some resources to the table, and if we all can come together and really push this agenda and stay focused on it, we can really turn the tides. Because I'm tired of us being used. I'm tired of watching documentaries and reading histories and seeing Black folks always being the very forefront of every movement, but then being the last to get or to be the last recipients of it. And by the time it's time to, allocate funds and anything like that, we're not getting any of our fair share. And those days is over with. So, let's stick together. You definitely have my full support. And once again, I appreciate it. Thank you for those who follow me. Continue to please follow me because I'm as real as they're going to get. God bless you guys.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for contributing to tonight, both on Cash App and to the actual conversation. Let me give a shout out to my girl, Goddess. Goddess, you definitely did not have to do that, but sister, I appreciate you. I know how hard it is for you getting around and all the traveling and stuff like that. That's why I threw you a little something that I could. But please, y'all, like I say, please support this sister because, like I say, she doesn't just talk it. She actually goes out there and she does it. So if you can do it, please go ahead and help her out as much as possible. Once again, thank you, Goddess. I know you're going through it, so that's greatly appreciated, sister. I definitely appreciate that so much. And like I said, we're going to continue to support you. And whenever you need an outlet to go ahead and come on, you're more than welcome to come up here on Newstoter. So please just let me know what we can do or whatever, and we will definitely go ahead and assist you as much as possible. So thank you so much, sister. I'm glad to see you back in the spot. Take your time, get well and whatnot, and when you feel like you're back at 100%, if you can go ahead and do what you got to do, then go ahead and do what you do always. So definitely thank you. Ray, go ahead and you got something you want to add to the discussion tonight, right before we get ready to close it down?
No, I'm just glad this space has been letting me come in. I'm not sure why I got dropped down down to listen. I don't even know how that happened. But, Goddess, just like Brother News said, we definitely going to send out some prayers for you and your family. We're all, trust me, I'm going through it too. My cousin just got murdered not too long ago, and I got to bury her on Saturday. So we're all going through it. It's all good. But like I said, we're all going through it. I just want to let you know that, your family, and, we love you. Just keep going. And other than that, I think everything.
The most prayers would be for my mother. If y'all can lift my mother's 77, y'all please lift my mother up in prayer. She has two. I'm her only daughter left. So please lift my mother up. She needs all the prayers she can get.
Definitely, sister. We're gonna keep the entire family in our prayers. You, your mother, any relatives you got that's going through it, that's feeling that pain. We're gonna go ahead and Pastor, please, if you can, definitely pray for their family as well too. So we're gonna definitely all keep in our prayers and thoughts. So don't you even worry about that. DJ, you go ahead and got it, bro.
Nah, we all agree to agree, and Pastor and Sister Goddess, I flooded y'all DM, so definitely let's get on the phone conversation so that way we can keep our stuff offline. And Sister Goddess, I'll send you the new social media app we're working on. So basically, bless your family, bless your family too, Ray. We all losing our family because we not together, we ain't amongst each other, getting right. You feel what I'm saying? We need to start galvanizing and being around each other, getting right, so we can fight our wars on a one accord level. So we promote our Black State of America. Every Saturday 8:30. Come up to Greg Black Majority State. Me Newstoter. We here every day. We try to be every day, but Monday through Thursday for sure. You know what I'm saying? We here at 8:00, just bringing y'all the Black news as much as we possibly can. I know there's a lot going on, and like Dr. Claw always say, we fighting the war on all fronts, and we really is spread thin, man. We really are. You know what I mean? But I definitely got some ideas that we're going to be coming to present to y'all little by little. So, get in the DMs, get in the Jumbotron. Everybody follow each other. That's how we all spread the love, man. And I yield there. Reparations up.
Once again, thank you guys for making this a great space and productive space. And we definitely had great dialogue and conversation tonight. And I appreciate all the speakers who spoke. I appreciate all my people who tweeted out the space. I appreciate everybody, my usuals that come in here and just listen and chill. I see Miss Tony up in the spot. So I'm definitely appreciative of all you guys that support the content daily with your comments and your likes and your retweets and everything else. And those that DM me and ask questions, I try to answer as best I can. Sometimes you just don't have a chance to get to everybody. So I appreciate everybody that came in and definitely had a great week with the Twitter spaces and stuff. And like DJ said, you can always catch us Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But you can catch it every day. All you got to do is be on Twitter and follow Newstoter, and you will get a plethora of news coming your way. So, like I say, Monday through Friday is definitely the heaviest news spin. I know the weekends kind of slow down a little bit, but even on the weekends, we're still putting out content. So if you're following us, make sure you guys got the notification on, because it's a bunch of content coming out. Everything you can think of, from news, politics, lifestyle, education, entertainment, health, everything that you can think of. We putting it out there, curated from Black sources, curated from even some of the mega media white owned companies, but it's still on a Black owned American platform. So you guys, make sure you guys always support Newstoter, help us grow. We're getting more and more followers. The goal is to try to get 10,000 followers by at least the beginning of next year, mid next year, whatever. We around about 7,000 or something right there, closing in on 8,000. So we're definitely trying to grow the platform as much as possible. So make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, definitely subscribe to that newsletter and whatnot that we have as well too. I put that up maybe once a month or whatever. I don't want to flood people too much with the stuff, but definitely just know what I'm saying. Make sure you're following us to stay up to date on the content and the news and everything else. And we're going to put it out daily. That's what we do. That's what we love. So definitely just make sure you guys are following us. Everybody in here, make sure you try to follow somebody if you can too, and keep you well informed. And I appreciate everybody who hits me with DMs and let me know about developing news stories or things that come, because hey, can't cover everything. I don't care who you are, you can't cover every single solitary news story out there. So definitely appreciate it. A lot of y'all hit me the information and things that's going on, and I definitely greatly appreciate that. I appreciate everybody who donated on Cash App as well, $ Newstoter. And guys, we may come. Sometimes we like to do something on the weekends and whatnot. Sometimes we'll do something on the Sunday night, so you just never know. But if not, then you guys definitely know you can catch us Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So on that note, I want to go ahead and wish everybody a good night. Once again, thank you guys all for coming into the Twitter space. It was a great space, very productive, and I appreciate you all so much. So until next time, you guys be safe and take care, and we will see you then. So have a good night, everybody.
Hey, News, real quick, are you going to have that Saturday space for the football still?
I'm gonna see. I may do the football space again. We'll hit up in the back channels and see what's up. I may go ahead and do that. Like maybe do a space for an hour pregame show or something like that for the fellas if they still interested in it.
And the ladies.
And the ladies.
We got some ladies out here that be coming to the football spaces. Go Dogs, by the way.
Go Giants. Hey, I'm about to start a space, by the way, too. So come on there. We could continue the conversation, y'all. But
yeah, you say Go Giants? Who said that?
The DJ. You want some sauce? Come up.
Go Giants.
But that's what's up, DJ. You gonna start a space too? You said?
Yeah, I'm about to start one because we need to have a technical conversation about why these phones ain't coming up here on the Newstoter. I'm tired of everybody saying they phone janky gang and blaming Newstoter why it ain't coming on and want to blame Twitter. Sometimes it is Twitter, sometimes it's your phone. So let's figure it out, y'all. And we can talk shit about the football. Boo Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? Boo Cowboys.
Well, that's what's up then. Y'all have a good one, and I'm gonna head to the space in a second too. So y'all have a good night. And